I'm the mercenary, Flip Gordon. And I'm joining the U.S. Assassins team.
Yeah, this is U.S. Assassin. They bout the action, ready to make it happen. Yeah, this is the elite government task force. Whole team is official, what more could you ask for? Yeah, this is U.S. Assassin. You don't want drama, if they pull up, they blasting. Monsters of the graveyard shift. You ain't never seen a squad quite like this. We got Bazooka Dog, and he don't cut no slack. A dog with a giant bazooka on his back. Slither is a reptilian, alien, 3 snakes for a tongue. You don't wanna mess with him. Sensei Steel, who is so mysterious, martial artist and trainer, swift with the kicks. Zero Face is a bad guy turned good. The mercenary is a beast, get it understood. Takeout is a fast shooter, fast draw. Kirby is the Lone Ranger, but she hits hard. Lieutenant Rafe, second in command, yes indeed. Who's the brains of the team? A super ninja at the lead. Yeah, hey, this is U.S. Assassin. Yeah, this is U.S. Assassin. Let's go.
What happens to your favorite comic book characters when their series are canceled? A group of heroes break into the real world to track down their creator and demand to finish their stories so they can fulfill their destinies. Written by Mark Polton, writer and co-creator of Graveyard Shift. With art by Cesar Madaro. Comes this beautifully illustrated 80-page graphic novel. Featuring a jam cover by the legendary George Perez and Cesar Madaro. Loose Threads. Back it. Only on Indiegogo.
I'm about to go off like a weapon. Fuel to the top, got a filled up engine. In my thoughts, obsession. I will not stop, no, I'm never second guessing. I got a God complex. Haters love to hate, but I never feel pressed. Got a lot on my plate, but I never get stressed. I'll take all the pressure like I'm acing this test. Tear it up like I'm Jason. I see the world like it's ready for the taking. I see this place like a game I'm playing. Straight to the bank to collect my payments. No negotiations, it's my way, I was born impatient. And like a damn Freemason, I'll run this nation.
They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god.
I don't know how to stop, I just go till I drop. Whether it's working or shots, give it all that I got. You can watch me work in my element. Anyone in the way is irrelevant. You wanna cross me, cool, not intelligent. Cause I don't forget shit like an elephant. Go ahead and tempt me, put it on the line and you'll come up empty. If I got time, I'm deadly. Never caught off guard, no, I'm always ready. Primetime potent, keep it entertaining. You already knowin', outworking everybody and he don't ever quit. Talking about plenty comics like Graveyard Shift, Sea Dogs, Viking Whoop, U.S. Assassin, doing just what he loves. This is his passion. Bring more value to your dollar. No, I'm not frontin'. That's how just a writer became a moral compass. This is Primetime Potent. This is Primetime Potent. Let's go.
What's going on, guys? Happy Wednesday. It's the Moral Compass. Poppy. And I'm very tired. I just woke up from a short nap. But the show must go on. Got the cutest little guy with me, Sean Aaron. What's up, Sean?
What a great nap we had. It's really well needed.
You're the best cuddler, man.
I know. I'm a giver.
We also got Enrico Botta's chair with us. What's up, Enrico Botta?
All right. You don't say.
Mike McMahon can't join us, but he's in the chat. What's up, Mike?
What's up, Mike?
Chris Graves. Who knows? Maybe he'll show up.
Maybe he's
That's all right.
sleeping off the birthday,
Yeah. He closed out his first campaign.
Huge.
Takes a lot out of a little guy like Chris.
Mm.
We got Mark Pengren in the house. He says third time's the charm. We'll see. Hopefully Jesse Snider shows up tonight. I think he will.
Mm.
And Mark says, "Oh, cuddle time, yeah. It's the best."
Yeah. Totally not gay.
Sean, how you been?
Doing okay.
Enrico, what's up?
Hey everyone, how's it going?
Look at you, clean shaven Enrico. I barely recognize you.
Yeah, I decided to regroup.
You look good.
Thank you.
Well, I'm sleepy.
As do you.
Up. We got B.A. Turner in the house. What's up, B.A.? Thanks for joining us. And I don't really have much planned for today. Jesse Snider's supposed to join us at 7:30. Like Mark Pengren says, third time's the charm.
Mm-hmm.
So in the meantime, I just figured we'd BS. Talk about stuff.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Talk about that writhing pain closeout. We passed $21,000 last night, guys.
Congratulations. It's huge.
Thank you. And we're getting closer to 22,000. We're at $15,753 on Indiegogo. I'm going to share the link for everyone. If you still haven't backed it, we're in demand now, so there's still time. And of course, we're still on Fund My Comic. Oh, speak of the devil, here he is. Look at this guy. He closes out his first campaign. Now he shows up whenever he wants.
I think I'm showing up whenever I want, regardless, right?
Yeah. As long as you come, right?
I always come, Sean.
Mm-hmm.
We're already off to a great start.
Oh, yeah.
How was your first closeout, Chris Graves?
It was good. I was good and buzzed. Had a fun time. Hang with the guys. It was great, man.
How was the birthday celebration?
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Just I do low key shit, man. I hang with the family. I really don't go out and do anything crazy anymore.
Yeah.
So I started on the Alessandra piece, so that's coming along.
Nice.
Just chilled.
Yeah, it's been a chill day here as well. Sean and I, we just woke up from our nap.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
That was great.
he keeps you warm. He keeps you warm, don't he, Sean?
Yeah.
So, how about you, Mark? What do you feel about the closeout? How do you feel about the campaign?
Good. The whole campaign's been great, man. Very happy with it. I feel like there's a little more we can get to.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe $25,000 while we're in demand.
Yeah.
And
I believe it.
we there's still some time to back the book, and
sure.
There's still plenty of original artwork up there for people to buy.
Mm-hmm.
And I still think there's people out there who still don't know about the book. So we're going to go on Mandy's channel after this with Sean and do a little more promoting.
Oh, yeah. Good times.
Sounds great.
This is the I'm telling you, this is the most exciting book I'm looking for. Next River Destroyer. But yeah, I wish this was a 300K book, as it should be.
Yeah, you and me both.
It should be.
Yeah. But we gotta drop some hammers on these little twats that don't know who you guys are.
We'll convert the twats, Sean.
Yeah, we'll convert the twats.
What do we convert them into?
Writhing Pain fans.
God damn, bot the shave, huh?
Look at him. He's baby face.
Babyface bot. Babyface bot.
Babyface fodder.
Oh shit!
I love it.
I barely recognized him.
He's like Tobey Maguire in School Games.
Holy
Yeah.
shit! Yeah.
Yeah. Go
We
make
got
me some,
Jay from Desolate Soul Studios in the house.
What's
What's
up,
up,
Jay?
Jay?
Yeah.
go make me some cookies.
Fuck.
Gigi Gravioli. What's up, Gigi? Thanks
Shaking.
for joining us.
I don't know if you guys saw, but on Twitter, Jay had to buy a baby car seat for that Todd McFarlane Art Edition book to fit in his car.
That's funny.
Mm.
I love that book.
I gotta still grab it.
Does everybody here have it?
Not yet, but I will.
Oh,
It will be mine.
that's so good.
I heard that there's a bunch
Yeah.
of shit not in there. I don't know if that was purposely, if it was recouped into other shit,
I mean, you can't fit everything in it, so.
but I want it.
Mm.
Yeah, you can't fit everything in there, but there's a lot of great stuff in it. I want to do a page by page kind of like overhead camera.
I have this one.
Yeah, go through it.
Oh,
I have
that
that
too.
also. I love that.
Yeah, that one's great.
Is there signed on the inside?
I don't know. Sean gave it to me.
Nah.
I want to get the Spawn Volt editions, man, but those fuckers are hard to find and they're expensive, man.
They're
Yeah.
expensive. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm thinking about selling my my pancreas on the black market just to afford them.
Yeah.
I have a
But that's the
cool,
type of shit I wish we had when we were kids too. You know?
What did diabetic pancreas run for there, Sean?
I don't know. Whatever these suckers will take, I guess. I might have to owe them an IOU.
We should do. I
You
have.
got to
You
give
know,
him some money to take it.
we should definitely do that, guys.
Mhm.
Like, if we're gonna get together, we should.
Yeah.
We should spend some time and like do a couple reviews of these art books. I really would love to do that.
This weekend, me and Mark are going to start working on the basement, making it.
The Basement
friendly.
Podcast.
Yeah, eventually.
Oh, Sean already saw this big sofa, and he was like, "Oh, you should get this," and then we all hang out around it and podcast.
That would be cool.
I think it'd be fun, man.
It's a little more interactive. You know,
Yeah.
it's I don't know. That's what I feel these shows should be. And I think it's great that we're all closer now. We can make that happen, be an actual show, and instead of like 4 heads in the corner.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
No,
That'd
we
be cool.
already have our first trip planned in September. We're gonna a little team building activity.
Yeah, I'm gonna wear my Yankees gear. I don't give a fuck.
I'm gonna wear my Spawn. I'm gonna wear my Spawn baseball jersey.
There you go.
I wish I still had that.
I don't have my Spawn baseball cap anymore. I don't know what happened to that. But I do have a Spawn baseball jersey from like 1993.
Nice.
Nice. Pengrin says Mark can invite some cute guys over to sit on the sofa with you. I mean, that's why I'm inviting these guys over.
It'll be cool. You guys should check out my room, and I can show you around. This is my bed.
You guys want to see my comic book collection?
Here's my comics. Here's my collectible action figures.
We'll play with my dolls.
I like playing my doll.
What is that?
Yeah, we'll go
It looks like
back.
a rubber chicken.
What's this? Oh,
It
dude,
looks like a rubber chicken.
this is it's a creature from the Black Lagoon,
Oh, okay.
No shit.
but
That's
but
awesome.
he's called Fish Face,
Okay.
and he's from a sideshow collectibles. Did like their own series of vinyl toys.
Mhm.
I think the offshoot was called Unruly Industries or something. I don't know if I have the box. I think I put it somewhere else. But yeah, that was sculpted by a fantastic sculptor and artist named Joe Mena.
Ooh,
Nice.
Yeah, but that thing is so fun. I love the design of it. They got other ones too: Wolfman, Frankenstein, Dracula.
but the creature's the best.
They're not cheap. You know.
I bet.
So, Chris, I was telling these guys I don't really have anything planned. Jesse Snider's supposed to join us at 7:30,
Allegedly.
Okay.
and we'll talk about King of Kings when he gets here. In the
You want to
meantime,
see? You want to see the Alessandra piece?
yeah,
Yeah.
show it off, man.
I want to see your piece.
Whip it
Right
out.
now.
Chris.
Whip out that piece.
God
See
damn.
it. Whip it.
Hold on. You guys are fucking me up now. Oh shit.
What's going on? Dead air.
Dead air.
go?
Dead
No,
air.
dead air.
Dead
That's
ass.
it. You can't have dead air.
There it
That's bad. That's bad for production. There you go. Wow.
Holy
look at
fuck.
that.
Enhance.
That's a
That
mirror.
was quick. You
Wait.
showed the layout yesterday, didn't you?
That's a
Yeah.
mirror image of the
Yeah,
layout.
yeah, I flipped it. So yeah, she's sitting there with her little demon slaves and shit. Look at that crotch shot, yeah?
I love it.
It's kind
Yeah,
of racy.
money shot, man.
It's racy. I like it. I like it. Good stuff.
And this is traditional too. So
Really?
Yeah.
And all backers get that because we hit $20,000. So
Yeah. So that's the $20,000 card piece.
yeah.
Awesome.
Still gotta tweak it here and there, but there it is. All to glory.
Great work, Chris.
Thanks, man.
We're getting there, man.
We're good. Yeah. I'll be Polton worthy one day.
We can only do so much when we're part time, guys.
Oh man, shots fired.
I was
So,
speaking for myself also. So.
yeah. Oh, we're all,
Disclaimer. I like it.
I would say we're all part timers.
Yeah.
Full time, part time.
Mm-mm.
I mean, technically, if you work like 40 hours doing it a week, are you really part time? You know,
You know,
It's more like a second job.
it's a second job. You know,
Type 1 by Sean Aaron passed $4,000 yesterday.
Let's
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
go.
Congratulations, Sean. You're
Thank you. Almost
only
there.
$942 away from being funded.
Almost there.
5 days left in the first 30.
Really excited.
Oh man, that makes me nervous. I have to.
Oh yeah, you gotta do that.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'll wake you up.
Yeah, you better remind me.
Mark.
You're like nudging them next to you.
Yeah.
Wake up.
Wake
So
up,
good.
you
Oh,
got
I'm hard to wake up too.
Oh yeah, he is. True story.
Yeah, Sam. I'm hard when I wake up.
I'm lucky to get up these days.
Man, to be in the house, there's going to be a casting couch.
Yep.
If Sean has his way, there will be.
You know it.
Haunted Pizza casting couch.
Mhm.
Sean has become the producer of the show. Apparently, he's already
I got
going to
ideas.
revamp the show.
I got ideas.
Hey, he has
It's
good
not gonna be-
ideas, man.
It's
Some
not
are
gonna be
pains.
pizza sauce thrown around there.
Yeah.
Amanda B says, "Congrats, JT."
Thank you, Amanda. Appreciate it. And thanks for backing me up with that douchebag about the Blue Beetle comment. Fucking idiot.
No, Amanda B had your back.
Of course she did. It's our
Good
girl.
work, Amanda. Penguin says Sean will come strolling in at 3 a.m. after a night in the town and wake him up. Oh,
Mhm.
it has to be before 3 a.m. If it's after 3 a.m.,
I'm fucked.
campaign's over.
Yeah, I'm fucked. Uh-oh.
Oh, so 5 days from now. So this Sunday.
Yeah.
All right.
Wait, Sunday into Monday or Saturday into Monday?
Sunday into Monday.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh.
We got this, Sean.
We got this. We could do it. We're gonna do it, right, gang?
We're gonna do it.
I usually extend it like around 11 p.m. I'm not one of those 3 a.m. guys.
Yeah, I hear you.
Mark says Amanda B always doing the Lord's work.
Hard facts.
Standing up for Sean whenever there's trouble.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
It's our girl.
I heard she had my back too, as well, when John Malin proclaimed himself as the new moral compass.
Oh,
Immoral, more like it.
Amanda says, I was thinking you shouldn't let JT leave on the train anymore. That's what happened to Phil. He went on that train trip and wasn't that long after. Good point. Good point.
What's up with that train? It's like the midnight meat train or something.
I
Yeah.
don't know. I just went to Long Island. That's all.
I think we should do an In Search Of episode where we hit the road and look for Phil.
We should.
I mean,
We camp out outside his home in Philadelphia.
Then we get some anonymous call, and then we gotta like follow the lead, and it's some like weird little guy in a comic shop, and he's like, "Phil is everywhere," and there's all of Phil's comics everywhere.
we're in the Philadelphia's Phil McNulty.
Philadelphia McNulty.
mm-hmm.
It's a false alarm, but Corey Barton's here. There's no titties to be inspected at the moment.
Corey.
Titties.
What's up,
Hey,
Corey?
everyone.
Well,
Amanda B says that was Mark who stuck up for me. She just agreed. She agreed, though. Thank you for agreeing. I guess that I'm
still part of the team.
Amanda B says, "Wait, Phil in Philadelphia sounds like a show."
Or we could just sideline him at Ocean City this winter. It's like, here you are.
That's like 4 months from now.
We could look. I think we should move his table away from us.
Shun him?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Like the Amish.
yeah. But they make butter. Like Phil just makes
Whatever.
broken promises,
Damn.
and a really cool cover that's doing pretty good. Live on Indiegogo right now. It's like, I lose a friend, but I get a cover. Like, did I really lose? I don't think so.
Come home, Phil. We miss you.
They said, "Oh well, now."
Now we do. Now I'm making money off of him. I just keep it real.
Package deal.
Mm-hmm.
We got the Chris Graves super fan in the house, Mandy.
Oh yeah, I think I
Nice.
know her.
What's up,
Really?
man?
Nah, she's my second wife. Don't tell my first wife.
Gotcha. So where's this rock star?
He's coming.
I'm getting tired.
Don't get tired. You still have another live stream after this.
And then another one after that.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
Triple duty.
Sucks. I know. We got somebody have on?
Man,
Yeah, Phil Tan tonight at 11 on and stuff.
Wow.
Yeah. Set up by Jay.
Oh, Mark
Jason,
Pengren
man.
says Mark Millar's The Ambassadors trade came out today. Travis Charest's first interior comics work in 20 years.
Oh wow.
Yeah. All right. It's
I wonder what
Travis.
that looks like.
It's awesome, but it looks too digital. It looks too stiff. Like his line work. I don't know. Just the pose and the gesture. Yeah, it's Travis, but there's something lifeless about it. I don't know. It's kind of like that thing. It's like if the Beatles reunited and they made that the greatest album ever, but it was a flop. Like, would you rather speculate over it or rather get the crap? And I'm not saying it's crap totally. It's just it's not Travis. You
What
know,
is
it's
All right, guys. Our special guest is here.
All right.
I'm gonna bring him in. He looks like he's getting situated in his car. I'll give him a second.
okay.
But we got Jesse Snider joining us, my writer, co-creator of King of Kings. Still setting up that camera.
Was this on the go?
I'm gonna bring him in.
All right, do it.
What's up, Jesse? Welcome to the show.
Yo, what's up, guys? I'm so sorry. I was so freaking stressed out all day long, and
Welcome to the club.
I've been running late, and how are you guys doing?
Doing great.
Good, man.
I just got to go hang out with my friend for a little bit, which is why I was running late. So I'm actually now in a nice mood. But I was like, oh, crap. I'm still not back at the house. I need to pull over. So I was like, all right, I'm going to be on time.
Yeah,
How you doing? What are we talking about?
We were just BSing. We all streamed last night. We closed out the 60-day campaign for my book Writhe in Pain last night. So
Oh, cool.
yeah. So that went well. We passed $21,000 on that.
I really liked the covers and stuff that I saw.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, they were really cool.
Chris, the man next to you is the artist of the book.
What's up, man?
Oh, nice. Hey, brother. Good work. It
appreciate it.
reminded me of, I forget what the guy's name was who did Violent Messiah. Did you ever read that book? It was really cool. A guy wore like this pretty gnarly luchador mask and was a hitman, but his style was a little similar to yours. I think like Tone Rodriguez.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know. Yeah, Tom.
Yeah, his stuff was really cool.
I'll have to
And
check
so is
that
yours.
stuff out, man. I appreciate it.
Mark Pengren says, did you guys see Stephen Platt is doing New York Comic Con and a bunch of GalaxyCon shows?
I love Stephen Platt.
Bring him profit books. He won't sign it.
He wants to
No,
Yeah.
I think I read he might be signing Profit again now.
Oh, really? I'm sure there's a search
I
on
think
it.
I
Yeah.
recently saw
Why
that on
wasn't
some
he signing
YouTube
them?
channel.
Yeah, he's got a princess.
He's kind of a princess. On what
Yeah.
level?
I guess.
He's not a fan of his past work for Rob Liefeld.
Yeah.
Oh man, I think when I was a kid, those action figures of Prophet in particular it was so freaking dope. It was one of the cooler toys that they made. He was just a real badass warrior, a dark-haired He-Man, and he had a lot of weapons. And there was another one that he designed that was Crypt.
Yeah.
And Crypt had a lot of weapons too, and they were just fucking fun to play with, man. Friggin' Prophet and Crypt. Like I when I finally read the comics, I was like, I don't care, whatever. Because it didn't matter. I'd been playing with them for forever. But oh man, I just will always love his style because of those two characters.
Yeah, no, it's a shame that he's not a fan of his past work because I think that's all of us became fans of him because of that extreme work for Liefeld back in the day.
What has he done since then?
He works in the movie field, like doing like concepts. Probably every movie you've seen in like the last 20 years or so, like he's probably had his hand in one way or another.
So what does he go to the conventions to sign?
Moon Knight.
Moon Knight.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Does he do commissions?
I'm sure he does.
I
Yeah.
wonder if he does do commissions. Probably.
I don't see why not.
Yeah.
Maybe he's trying to prop up his commission sales.
That's most likely.
That seems crazy to me.
Now, Jesse, we've tried to get you on the past 3 weeks. It was a little bit of miscommunication on my part, but we have you here now.
Bonus.
To talk about our book, King of Kings, which is on Kickstarter right now.
Yeah.
Now, this book is, 12 years in the making?
It is. I've been telling everybody it's freaking 12 years.
Yeah. I
It's
pitched this to you at New York Comic Con 2011 at the Image booth.
Yeah. But Mark comes up to me and he's just like, hey, Jesse, like, I know you don't know me. We don't know each other. you know, I'm doing some work for DC. He was doing Hawkman and some things at the time, Hawk and Dove or whatever. And I said, yeah, okay, sure. And he said, I want to do behind the music of the Norse religion, you know, a band called Odin and the Gods of Rock. And it'll be like Odin and his kids, and they got a rock band. And I said, oh, well, that's clever. You know, the idea of religious figures being represented by rock stars, which there's some really interesting similarities about rock stars and religious figures, you know. So I was hooked by that, and I think right on the spot, did I say, you know, can we make Jesus the bad guy? And you were like, all right.
So you actually told me at Comic-Con that you would read over what I had written, and you would get back to me. And after your flight home, you called me up and said it actually made you LOL for real. So,
Yeah.
so you were in.
Yeah, no, it was great. And I mean, it's funny, you know, at the time I just finished telling this story. I do a podcast, you know, basically on adapting existing beloved myths. You know, there are a lot of things that have been established that are really beloved by a core fan base that wants to see these things realized the right way, because we know everyone will love them. And it's all of this reinterpreting as if they know better, and all this bullcrap that kills all of this stuff, you know. But when I was making this change from trying to please Marvel and trying to please DC, and let me just say, I dedicated fucking like 10 years of my life to the idea that I was going to study everything that was being put out and everything that had ever been put out, so that I could be a utility for one of these companies, if not both of these companies. I loved what was there. I wanted to help continue to elevate the material, you know, and write things in the vein of the great people who have written things that I love. And I felt so freaking hung out to dry so many times, because the people that you work with have no real power. And most of them are very bad at handling bad situations in the first place. You know, they're very busy, they're overworked, they're worried that they're going to lose their jobs. And then decisions come down from on high of what to do about whatever, and things just sort of go away after you've put all of this energy into doing it. And, you know, this is my medium of choice. I love comics and I love toys. I really believe comic books are the highest art form that is available to mankind at the moment. It's an interactive experience because a picture's worth 1,000 words. And when you can turn the page and have somebody know, I know where this is going, and excite somebody like that, and they get to excite themselves. They're part of the process. They turn the page. They feel responsible. It's a much more intimate process and experience than any other medium, where your things are just flashing before your eyes, or you're reading a book and you have to read words before you understand what's happening. You know, a comic is just immediate in the right way when it's done correctly. And
Preach that.
I really wanted to make, like, prove a fucking point, and I was looking for something to do, and this seems really good because it's so weird too, because I never think about the future of like I love comics, and that's my thing. So I don't usually like think in terms of making anything else with it, but I was writing these songs because Mark, you know, had this music component, and you know, we wanted to promote the cast with something real. So I was like, I'll write something, because we literally opened the book with this song, and I just said to Mark, I'll write something cool. I'll figure out something that makes sense and is funny and is cool. And I did something with my buddy Freddie Scott, and it came out great. And then it just made me like think of like all these things. So as I was like positioning this company, it really just made sense for me to put all my eggs in this basket. And you know, I funded the whole thing, and me and Mark were really cool about like having everybody have ownership in the book and doing it the right way. And I was really playing out a lot of money to get it done, and I ended up going into debt in a major way when like my one of my jobs dropped off, and I had 2 fires, and I went through a divorce, and it was like I had to stop everything I was doing, and I did this big fundraise for Indiegogo, and we got boned with a lot of people because we were mature content, and we got blanket shadow banned on the website. And after 2 weeks, I knew every person on the fundraiser who had donated. I knew every single name. I knew them personally, and I just went, I'm not going to have my friends and family fund my comic book dreams. This wasn't the freaking plan.
Now,
I didn't have money for advertising, and I needed to be able to utilize the website, and the website was not working for us.
This was 2017, so like the shadow banning that Indiegogo does is nothing new.
Yeah.
I may be the most shadow banned creator in Indiegogo. My last 4, well, besides Writhe and Pain, because I figured out a workaround. I just didn't put it in my name. They have all been shadow banned. So
what do you do?
What do I do?
Yeah, what do you do when you're shadow banned?
I got to keep getting that link out to people.
Like how?
You got to share it, just
share
manually,
the link.
Hitting live streams and.
Well, I mean, that's what I've been doing.
Yeah. But yeah, so the shadow banning goes way back to 2017 for books on that platform. There's also another platform new called Fund My Comic, which we put Writhe and Pain up. It's doing very well. It's still in the early stages, but
how many campaigns were on the site when you went live
for Fund My Comic?
Yeah, on Fund Your Comic. I haven't looked at it yet, but somebody could mention it too.
I don't know. I mean, it doesn't have the numbers as like Kickstarter or Indiegogo, but they're all there. Like they come specifically there to buy comic books. So it's a growing platform.
Yeah, it's a few months out.
Yeah.
But
I've heard other people say that like you really have to send the link around before it's live.
Yeah, there are mailing lists for the different platforms. Also, I have my own mailing list, so I had those links available. They went out to backers well in advance. Mark Penguin says, Graham Nolan puts QR codes with links to his Indiegogos or pics on social media and flyers at conventions.
Yeah, I did that for Type 1 at the Ocean City. Got a lot of signups through there, yeah.
Oh, cool.
Now, Jesse, we mentioned Odin and his kids, but why don't you tell everyone what Odin and the Gods of Rock are actually up against in King of Kings?
Well, I think the thing that me and Mark decided we wanted to do with it was try to create like an even playing field for all religions, because I think sometimes it's like my religion is the best and your religion is stupid, and so often they're all very similar, or have a lot of similarities, and the idea of a battle royale was introduced, I think maybe by me, but I think Mark really liked the idea because because he loves wrestling. So he had a lot of just kind of funny, thoughts about, oh, cool, this adds like a whole nother component. Cause I was just like, we have to be able to have action, in the book. So let's have them doing something. And then it was just so fun. The idea of like, I don't know. Those are kind of some of my favorite comic books. I'm doing a big arc for Merc Publishing, or a book for them called Guns and Angels. There's Guns and Angels number 0 and number 1 have been kickstarted and made a decent amount of money, but I mean it's 1,000 people or something like that. But the book is really fun, and it's all going to a tournament style breakdown of like the best of the best against the best, and I just love those kind of stories. They're just fun, and I make comics because I like to have fun, and I like to smile with excitement as opposed to have like a serious face the whole time. I like to enjoy what I'm reading, and I think comic books are the best experience with that. So I think we tried to take it as over the top as we could and have a lot of fun with the concepts. I think there was a principle that Howard Stern used to say all the time of just like, we are rude to everyone. We're jerks about everything. We're equal opportunity mean people. You know, that's just what they do. It's like all's fair in this game. And this was the same thing with this. You know, I think Jesus gets it the hardest, but it came from, and I don't know if you remember us talking about this, Mark, but it came from a place of recognizing that, like, sometimes there's bands that you don't like because you hate their fans. Like, I used to hate Bob Dylan, and I used to hate Radiohead. I used to hate so many different bands because I hated their fans. Their fans were their fans sucked. And like, I would like have conversations with these people, and they were just assholes about music. You'd be like, I really like whoever it was, and they'd tell you some fucking reason why their band is so superior. But like they couldn't just be like, oh yeah, I really like this other band. They had to be like they had to knock your band and all bands in order. Bob Dylan is the you know, like, I've spent the time listening to, like, fuck you. You know, so, and Jesus, you know, worshipers become that person. They're like Jesus is the best. I'm taking on a boat and I'm going up north to where those people believe in the Norse religion. I'm going to force them to convert because that's what Jesus would do. Like, no, you assholes! Like, what the hell? You're making Jesus look bad. Like, you really are. Like what a terrible message that sends to any other person who might be interested in Jesus, that was done in his name. So this is like that energy of this person that deserves a whipping, this misappropriation of Christ to be this like asshole son of God, when he was really the guy who said turn the other cheek, you know, and would never have done such a horrific thing. You know, and they didn't just do it up north. They did it a whole bunch of places all around the planet in Jesus' name. So, you know, it's just like I wanted like a visual representation of the animosity that a lot of people feel, especially even and myself too. I was told I was going to hell by people in high school. And I can't even remember exactly why. I remember the first time was because some parent disapproved of my father and his music and things that he did for a living. And they wouldn't let their son play with me, and you know, and like politely told me and my whole family were going to go to hell. You know, like this is the kind of things that happen, you know. And
Corey says, I remember stopped being a fan of Batman for a while after encountering a hardcore Batman fan.
There are people who are obsessed with things to their detriment. These people are not people that are keeping the continuity. The keepers of the continuity are smart people. I'm not a Batman fanatic. I'm a person who has read some of the great Batman stories, and I know what they have to offer. Heroics are not bullshit. It is a dude putting himself on the line to save people. That is admirable. You know, in our book, these gods are putting themselves on the line in the name of what they believe in to try to be able to influence people on planet Earth in the way that they think is correct. It's people who care and have a passion for something. You know, there's a part in the book where Odin admonishes Thor for believing that he might kick him out of the band if he found out he was gay, that he knew his son was gay, and he didn't give a crap. And Thor says, well, why did you kick our other gay brother Balder out of the band? And Odin says, because all he wanted to do was sing about sex. Life isn't about sex. Life is about freedom and standing up for what you believe in and doing something that is right. It's not about what you do with your dildo. That doesn't matter. We're so freaking focused on that all the time. It just makes me want to lose my mind. That part of our life is supposed to be an intimate part of our life in the right way. And you can go out and do whatever you want to do, but do not make all of my stories about heroics, about sex. It drives me crazy. And don't make all your music about sex. It drives me crazy. Music is a beautiful and powerful tool to heal the masses. And we're just wasting it on sex. There's plenty of music about sex. And just like, I don't need any more syrupy love songs from a bunch of, you know, little boys. There's plenty of them. There's plenty of them. It's all good. That base is covered, you know, and Archie Comics exists. And there are places to go for this stuff. But like, to take the art form that had something wonderful to offer and didn't exist anywhere else, and to water it down. What it's really about, it's people freaking caring and doing the right thing. And honestly, it just like it makes me so sick to see what these things have become. And I just hope they don't start to edit the classics for content like they've been doing with freaking books recently. It's so terrible and scary, because there is wonderful things to offer in comic books, and I think the people that are drawn to them are innocent. We are innocent, and we are hoping and praying for something better. And there's some of us who have been hurt so badly that we love a book like The Punisher because it helps us blow off some steam. And there's some of us who, you know, just will love over Superman. But there's a wide range of it, and nobody has to feel any shame for enjoying seeing something be done about all of the injustices that are about. And granted, you know, most of the time it's fighting. It's a comic book. It's art. It's just action. But it just represents a metaphor for standing up for what is right. And like, I want to see a return to that so badly. I'm like trying to game this whole Kickstarter market right now so that I can take away all this power from these, some of these publishers that are really eating up, you know, they're manipulating the market. They're giving you guys exactly what you want other than quality books. And you guys are paying them a lot of money to do it. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to go make some nude comic books. I'm going to go do some of the gaming that is in here, but I'm going to play the system my own way. So, I mean, I've got a lot more to come from this, but we really, you know, we have enough to print the book and do our first run. And, you know, but we have 4 issues. They are written and they are freaking hysterical, if I do say so myself, because it's not just me. It's this mother effer over here. You know, Mark is a very funny guy. And just we went back and forth for years to get the whole thing right, and we had such a great time doing it. And it's just like, I just want to get past this damn first issue because I've like looked at it so much. The second issue and the third issue, you know, like I think it's a pretty damn good first issue, because some first issues tend to suck, you know, but we really refined it. My brother Shane tore our script apart. Do you remember getting those notes from Shane?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh my God, he like ripped our book a new one. I think he was trying to like shame me out of the pursuit. Like he was like, see how tough I was or something, because it was some rough notes. But he was right about a lot of it when you got down to it. And we went back in and like refined that first issue so much that when he read the first issue, he said, it seems like you fixed all the problems that I had with the first draft. I don't want to read anymore. I want to read the thing when it's finished. So I owe Shane some finished books, and we still got the 4th issue to draw. The 2nd and 3rd issue are drawn. They just need to be colored by Andrew Dahlhaus, and they just need to be lettered by David Hopkins. And like, please help us. It's really, 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 really funny. Really good. And I just want people to read it. We did it like so long ago now that we finished, and like I felt like it was going to be over soon. And then just so many, just like so much life happened to me at once.
You know, I kind of, for the longest time, I felt guilty that I brought this project to you, because everything that happened to you afterwards.
It was so rough, Mark. I felt so guilty because like I kept saying it. Like I told it like the story at length on my podcast this past week. You know, just I felt like I let everybody down.
For the people in the chat?
Oh, it's Coolest Geek Alive. Every Wednesday and then Saturday mornings I do like a little mini cast on like some stuff. I'm actually having like my kids review a bunch of classic geek culture movies right now, like the original Indiana Jones and stuff. Nice. And I have a real perfectly spread out age range, so I'm just sort of like I'm really interested in their opinions, and I think other people would be too. So I'm doing some of those, and I just did like a list of 10 adaptations in name only, list for Marvel and a list for DC with, you know, Peacemaker at the top, you know, and what was it for Marvel? Oh, Secret Invasion. Just like all these things that are like have a name to entice us that like aren't the fucking thing. Like this is not this. I didn't ask for this. Like I'm smart enough that I can like smell things when they're really bad, and I just leave now. The first one I just left was Lost. When I realized that they were never going to give me a satisfying answer to anything that was going on, I was like, I am fucking out of here. And, you know, and that has been my like MO. So I mean, like Obi-Wan Kenobi, I was like an episode and a half in, and I was like, nah, I'm done. Andor, I loved. You know, the third season of Mandalorian. I mean, Boba Fett, they stupidly dragged me through. I just kept thinking, they must get better. It's gonna get better. It's gonna get better. It never got better. It was Robert Rodriguez, man. I love Robert Rodriguez. I was just like, I was holding out hope he was going to end it good. And I was just sort of like, this? It's just very frustrating being like, I very specifically did not choose to go into film and like television, like not in that way. I've made money. I was funding this book as a voiceover actor, as the voice of Kia Motors at the time. If you remember, it was buying a Kia is one smart move. And I had that job for a long time, and I was doing well. As similarly to in 2008, I had been doing very well in voiceovers. I moved to Los
You were the
Angeles.
chicken fries voice, weren't you?
I was the chicken fries voice. The maybe I do want to be a French fry.
Shit.
And I was the voice of Pizza Hut for years after Queen Latifah, and I was the voice of GameStop. I was the original. They're still doing an impression of me at GameStop to this day. Any GameStop commercial you hear sounds something like this: pre-order Madden, get good soon. GameStop, power to the players. Or they'll nebbish it up a little bit. They'll go, pre-order Madden, get good soon. GameStop, power to the players. But it's just some version of what I did for them for a few years. I originated the voice, which was funny because I used to work at a GameStop. I worked at Planet X, which was what the stockholders called it, but it was Planet Comics. We sold comic books on Long Island, and it was the best. We sold video games and comic books, and it was paradise, toys and everything. I worked there for years. That was like, I had such a ridiculous comic book habit. I used to read like 300 monthly books, not monthly books. I would read about 300 comic books a month between graphic novels and individual issues at the height of my, and it seems like insane, but it seems ridiculous that could be true. But anybody who reads comics, like, at like various heights but there's been plenty of books to read. And when you're reading these graphic novels, you're reading, 6 at a time, 12 at a time, depending on what it is. And I was like buying them and taking them in the library and just like, and borrowing them from a friend. So like, I like always had a stack, and I would just go into zones where I would read just 100 comic books in a day, wow. It was ridiculous.
Damn.
So like I read a lot for a period of time that was, that like extent was probably only like 3 years, but like leading up to it was plenty, and then leading out of it was plenty, and then I got stuck with like a lot of bills kind of thing, like piling up, and I couldn't rationalize reading my books because I was trying to work more and work harder. Careful, guys, when you get into like that like poverty zone. I've been there before, like, and you start like go panic working. It tends not to help. Like, don't lose your hobbies. It's okay to scale down reading comic books, but I wish I had kept it to a few books a month. I wish I had not cut that off. It screwed up my schedule because I was on a comic schedule every Wednesday, like just for years. That was my life, and what's coming out and going to the store and all these things. And it really messed me up because I didn't have like a college schedule or high school schedule. I was a man now, and I was a freelance man who got different amounts of voiceover auditions every day, and was working on different amounts of script depending on what I had to do with my kids or whatever it might be. It was not easy to balance everything, and my sanity, especially once I gave up all my hobbies. So fortunately I got like toys back a little bit, and then I had fires and it's been a tough thing, like getting broken from your patterns. So try to recognize the good of the things that you're doing, and don't ever sacrifice the things that you enjoy completely. At least I know it's hard, but for your family, because if you don't keep yourself stable mentally, I really believe hobbies help us to release stress. So if you've got a good unstress device, what I did was basically I left my stress devices behind, and I had like a renaissance of stress in my life that I could not deal with because all my coping mechanisms were gone.
What's one book that you would What's up, Jerry? What's one book that you miss? Stop collecting. What series?
Oh, Daredevil, man! I like my
All right.
buddy Marco and Marco Cicchetto is kicking ass, and I had started I was working at a shop for a little bit, and I got reading a little bit, and I got to read basically the beginning of that whole arc, and I really wanted to read the rest of it. I love him. He and I. His first work was my first work in the business. We did a Marvel Comics Presents story, and we've been friends ever since. And
Nice.
He actually helped me get a great job at Come On. I wrote a really cool miniseries for them that they haven't been able. They've been too busy to get to it, but it's very cool, and they paid me great to do it. They're a great company, and I was very happy to work with them and do something really good with the property. I was loving that book. That was my book that got me into comics to some degree. It was the combination, I would say, of, Savage Dragon was my favorite book, and Dale Keown was my favorite artist. I used to buy it just because I loved that book, and I used to buy Savage Dragon because I loved Eric's writing. I thought he was hysterical. And
your reaction when you were streaming with Shane, Mandy, and Dale was so amazing when you realized you were streaming with Dale Keown.
Yeah, no, dude, it was awesome. Well, you got to watch back too, because you get to see me, did you rewind to go back to the moment where I start realizing what's that I'm not here with Dale Keown, and I start to get weird. I'm like, wait.
Oh, it's not just you. It's like, hey, Dale, you remember when you did that? That was cool. He's like, yeah.
Oh my God, man, I want to lick everything he draws. And I am so straight, but I'm very gay. But I'm so straight, for women. But oh my God, his art is just. It's also some it's so perfect.
He's the best.
He just seems like such a when I see his work, I just go, man, you're a perfectionist. And I love it about him because I'm a perfectionist, and I see the perfectionism in what he does, and it just always wows me. I love his stuff. So anyway, I read those books for forever, and then I started working at 7-Eleven, and I started reading Deadpool.
Nice.
By Joe Kelly, which as he was forming that character, and I went back and picked up all those issues behind it, because I was so impressed by that one as well. But again, I'm only reading comedy for the most part, and then I see advertisement for a thing, and I think the main thing was there was a package they were offering. It was the Marvel Knights. It was these 4 books that were coming out at the time: Black Panther, Joe Quesada's Daredevil. And Punisher, which sucked, and The Inhumans by Paul Jenkins and Jake Lee, which was fucking phenomenal. And I really liked Black Panther too, even though I was a little kind of young for it at the time. It was too heady for me. I ended up going back years later and reading the whole thing and loving it. But as a monthly book, I kept forgetting what was going on because it was too much. It was too much going on. But I really loved it, and it showed me that comic books were a really interesting art form that a lot of things could be done with. I had limited it in my mind the same way that everybody limits comic books. And as soon as I read those books, I just went, whoa, this is incredible. People have the wrong idea about this. This is a new renaissance between toys and some of the sculpture that's coming out of these freaking toy factories and these comic book artists. We're living in a new age of art. I can't believe no one's noticed yet. And I literally was like, I will sing this industry's praises until the fucking cows come home and people are recognizing what is going on here. Look at these people. They're creating worlds. This is unbelievable. The height of the art that I was absorbing at the time, I was an artist originally, and I just kind of broke myself because I had a little bit of an injury, a pretty big injury that I didn't know about at the time. One of the other things that fell apart in my life was I was going through chronic pain from when I was 30, and I had 4 kids, and I woke up one day and I just was in pain all the time. So I was like, ugh. Not being able to handle the stuff that was going on in my life, and I felt like I was basically having a nervous breakdown because, like I said, all my walls of things. It was really just hobby oriented. I had kept myself focused and given myself a flow and a pattern, and I broke my patterns and my flow, and I lost all this stuff. And that started with Daredevil. I think so much. I just would call that because from Kevin Smith to David Mack and then Bob Gale and Brian Michael Bendis and Ed Brubaker, and then fuck that one storyline, and then skipping ahead to Mark Waid, who I didn't even get to read his whole run. I just read like the first 6 issues of it, and I was just like, holy crap! I feel like Daredevil's been some of the best reading of my life, and here comes Mark Waid, like, hold my beer. I couldn't freaking believe how good that shit was. And I had to like skip over the storyline because I really like just I think I was reading it like at a comic book store when a trade paperback was there and it got stolen. No, it got stolen. It got sold. And and then I got to read some of Marco Cicchetto's run, and I just am so blown away by how consistent that book has been able to be throughout time, despite things. I mean, they've broken Pixar. They've broken the Muppets. They've broken Star Wars. They've broken Star Trek. They've broken Doctor Who. They've broken fucking everything we love. How is Daredevil still good? I don't understand. It's surviving somehow. It's so wonderful, and I need to go back and read these issues now. So I say Daredevil. That's what I read.
Right.
So, what would you say are some of your influences for King of Kings?
Monty Python's Life of Brian. I love that movie. And we really wanted to get an artist who was like Terry Gilliam. You know, that big fat foot comes down from heaven and God opens up, hello, yes, you shut up. That idea of, God in heaven, with just like the supersized man. It just seems so ridiculous. In particular, and I'm just going to spoil, but like, the big payoff of issue 4, which we haven't been able to draw yet, is God coming down from heaven, full bodied, like feet down on the floor and like walking around fighting Odin and the gods of rock, or what's left of them. And it's just so wonderful. And, God uses his dick as a penis, and not as a penis, as a gun. And he's like, he's shooting. It's just got something for everybody. And we haven't been able to draw it. And I'm so excited. I wanted to see that the most. And we had to stop right when we were about to go full Monty. It's there. The Monty is there. Help us draw God's penis. Hashtag help us draw God's penis.
Mark
Please.
Pengren says the current Chip Zdarsky Daredevil run is fire.
Yes, isn't it wonderful? I only got to read a little bit of it, but Marco is so good, and he's such a wonderful man. I love him.
So, in King of Kings, Odin is definitely patterned after Lemmy. You want to go into like some of the other celebrities we've sort of spoofed?
Oh yeah. Well, my favorite is in the first issue, right? So we do Olympus with 2 S's, and and we just for people who are big fans of Kiss, they did a disco album a long time ago called Dynasty, and at the time.
Nope, we lost Jesse.
God, like, are you kidding me? And for me, it's just the big distance. I hate this to the fans. That's just. Like the Kiss guys hate my family because my dad's always calling them on their bullshit. But
you're breaking up a little bit, Jesse.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Kiss is like, unfortunately they diss their fans a lot, by putting Peter Criss, a Peter Criss costume on somebody that's not Peter Criss, or an Ace Frehley costume was on not Ace Frehley. They could have had like dozens and dozens of other guys, and designs and stuff. They could have done that a nice way. And they were a little bit uncaring, Kiss. And the switch over to disco for me was these guys are money grubbers. And you always hear all the time about how, Gene's on the radio and he mentions Kiss.com. So we were just like, let's have the Greek gods be this like has-beens, and they're just there to push the website like Gene Simmons is always doing. We know our genre of music is over and dead, but you can still go to Kiss.com and you can get all the great Kiss things that you'd like. That just seemed so funny to spoof, especially in terms of like anybody who was prophesizing about the Greeks was probably at that point, and we had kind of used them as a joke in the first place because we were like, let's have them up against a religion who really is like, you know, like they're just hanging on by a thread. Like nobody believes in their religion at all, similar to the Norse gods from other people's perspective. But, you know, we want you to empathize with the Norse gods. That the Norse gods, you know, you think that they're a fantasy, but they're real. We're real people. Everybody forgot who we were, but like we're awesome. Just Jesus, he freaking kicked our ass in the first round of this thing, you know, 1,300 years ago, and we are back to get revenge. So I mean, like that's it. It's just a revenge story, really, with 16 awesome, different representatives. We got the Bar Mitzvah boys, the Jews, and the Chin Chang clan. Who else do we have? The Trunks, or the African gods. They have enormous penises, and they're called the Trunks. They wear loincloths that drag on the ground. And Lady Gaia, these are them. And but you know what? But we were doing that beforehand, so we didn't get to make that joke.
That's awesome.
One of my favorite characters ended up being Kool-Aid in the gang. Well,
Yes.
Our representation for Scientology.
Yes, I agree. We thought about a lot of ways to do it too, but what was we managed to get there was like a little piece of art that we made where we got to do we were doing all these little profiles on the bands, which might end up being in the book depending on how much money we end up raising. We've got like 25 days left or 30 days left, something like that. But the Scientologist guys, they have all their band members, and all their band members are like mascots for kind of McDonald's and cigarette brands and like all these known mascots for cereal companies and cooking companies, but just kind of perverted versions of them because they're led by Kool-Aid in the gang. But on their character poster, it says former members, and it says Leah Remini. That was one of my favorite jokes that like isn't actually in the book. She left the band.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be fun? We got to do a flashback where it's all these mascot characters and Leah Remini in the middle, just this normal person. Remember when, because I want to add 2 pages to each issue of the book, because we did like 30 pages instead of 32, which is like the page count thing for the book, and I like it for a lot of reasons, like publishing wise, like going into the future. So I just want to add 2 pages to the book, and I wanted to add a big establishing shot of Scientology, and I think I'm totally going to do an insert panel that has, remember when Leah Remini was in the band? Because that'll be fucking hysterical.
Now you recorded a song with your dad and your brother for the comic back in the day.
We won an award for it, actually. I submitted it to a contest with a bunch of my music. I don't know, it was weird. I had this thought of like, I wasn't as successful in music as I kind of thought I deserved to be, but I was like, well, maybe I have unreasonable expectations and I'm not doing the things that I think I'm doing. And I submitted just like at random, like a whole bunch of like music contests. And a bunch of them turned out to be just like total scams. But one of them was really cool. It was the USA songwriting competition, and they've done it like every year for like 20, I guess probably 25 years now or something like that. And I submitted King of Kings, the themes, this being our promotional song, Fight to the Death, which is the song that the Odin and the Gods of Rock, it's their Norse battle cry about, fighting to the end. That I spoke about earlier. And I also submitted a song that I have a video for that you can find on my YouTube, Jesse Plays, called Promised Land, which was nominated in its category for an award, and another song called Bullet that I don't think I've released in any significant capacity, but it's on an album somewhere. You can find it. But I don't have the videos for it or anything. They were both like, runners up or something like that. And but the Fight to the Death song won its category, and for the first time ever, we won the 3rd prize overall in a contest of like, I think like 20 categories of songs. So like out of 20 of the best songs, we were third place with a comedy song, and they say that they've never nominated a comedy song in that category before, which means how many people were going, I'm not going to vote the comedy song as the first one, probably plenty. I mean, It took a lot for us to get it in there. It's really good. It came out really great. My dad sang great on it. He does like his best Lemmy Kilmister, and then I did like my best, what do you call it? I don't know. Who's a high singer? One of those, I don't usually sing like that, but I can sing like that. I'm a voiceover actor, so I use my voice in all sorts of ways. But so I did like a really good approximation for the thing. And then my brother Shane, he played Loki on the drums. My brother Shane is actually a drummer. And so I have him at the end. The band abruptly stops the song because we realize that the audience is dead. They've been fighting to the death in front of them, and everybody's dead. So like, there's nobody left to listen to what they're playing, and they're just like, oh, all right, fuck, like let's go. And then Loki's like, he's just into it, and he's just like, what? Hey, God, what happened to the guitars? The song's not done. We still got another chorus. Guys, all right. And it was really great. My brother Shane did a really great, improvised ending, bit of dialogue from it's very funny, and it came out great, and it was really cool that we won an award for it, and we especially it just goes to show all the love that was put into this book, man. We took the time to design 50 plus characters. We took the time to color design those 50 plus characters. And then, and I got Eric Treadaway, who does the Marvel, the Masters Universe Classics action figures. Like, I don't know if you've seen the coloring on some of those toys and the Mythic Legions that they do for themselves at Four Horsemen Studios. They are just amazing with their colors. And they did the color designs for us, and they did just an incredible job on them for us. And, I was really just so thrilled. I know, me and Mark were just giddy like geeks getting, multiple versions of different characters from Eric Treadaway. Look at these. Ooh, which one do we like the best? Ooh, this one. And similarly with David Witt, and we went through various incarnations of Satan before we got the one that we liked, which was based on Glenn Danzig, basically. Even though his name is based on like Marilyn Manson, he's like, what's Lucifer's name? He's Lucifer Antichrist. That's it. Yeah. But he's a midget. I mean, I'm sorry. I don't mean. I hopefully I didn't hurt anybody's feelings. He's a small person. There's nothing wrong with being a midget. I was just saying
it. Jesse, we have to wrap this up soon. You want to tell some the people some of the different tiers and rewards they can get?
Oh yeah, well it's really cool. We did like these band packages for Jesus versus Odin. So if you want to protest, how Jesus is being depicted, go get yourself a Jesus T-shirt and wear it around. It's going to have on the higher levels, there's a super version of the shirt that's the Tor T-shirt that has on the back of it, and these were all designed by David Witt, and they're just beautifully done. The tour dates are going to be specific to the religion, so Jesus will be stopping in Judea and places like that. And there's a really cool package there's a metal version of some of the packages. Like it's a fundraiser. We're trying to get this darn book off the ground. I will love you guys for forever if you donate, but these things are not going to be printed like this ever again. The overruns are probably going to be small depending on, what our raise is. And I'm largely planning on printing this for everybody. And then it'll be, the next run. So like, these are the first runs. They're the exclusives, of the book. If they're ever going to blow up and be valuable one day, it'll be these guys. So, help us with the campaign. We just, need a few people to move the needle and get this fourth issue done and, pay us back for the investment that we made in the book in the first place, and maybe actually make the people who worked on it a little bit of money, God forbid. This has been a labor of love, for a long time, but we did hope that at the end of the day, we were going to make some money for all the work we put in. And we really put in a lot of hard work and, and had a great time doing it. This book's infused with just Mine and Mark's laughter, man, and David Witt's laughter as we've adjusted all of the character designs and gotten this stuff done, and the laughter of the people at the music awards for our song, which is in the book, and other songs that are in the book. We've got a parody of Ozzy Osbourne and Lita Ford in the second issue, and a parody of "Fight for Your Right to Party." That's "Fight for Your Right to Oy Vey" by the Bar Mitzvah Boys. I mean, like, so many funny things. Like, we a lot of love is in this book, and you will not regret backing it as much as you can. So please go check it out.
My favorite song we parodied was Poison's "Talk Dirty to Me" with polygamy.
Yeah. Do you remember the lyrics? It was like, in the barnyard behind your old man's stable, in the haystacks, still you're screaming to Mabel. I'll do anything to see your undercarriage. Oh, baby, let's talk polygamy. Yeah, that was a good one. But I think the lyrics were better in the book.
Yeah. So for the people in the chat, Jesse, where can they find you at?
Well, I am. Well, if anybody wants to email me, you can email me at jesseblaze@jessesnider.com. Otherwise, you can find me on X or fucking Twitter. I'm Coolest Geek JBS on Twitter, and yeah, that's a good place to find me. And I'm also on Facebook. Just type in my name.
And you're doing a lot of comic work right now with Aaron for Merc.
Yeah, I'm doing. There's a bunch of books that are going to be coming out that I've already written. The first 2 issues have come out, number 0 and number 1 of Guns and Angels. It's really cool. It's probably one of the coolest books I've ever written.
Did you work with Renzo Rodriguez on any of those?
Yes,
books?
well, I worked with Renzo on a springtime special for it's Death. It's like the Merc. It's like a Merc Publishing spring special, but it's got Death Rage in it. And I had this story that I always wanted to tell of Deadpool killing the Easter Bunny, and I just had a couple gags in it that I really loved, and I just wanted to see them happen because they were funny. And when I saw that I had the chance to maybe do something for the spring, I said maybe I could do this spring special for, it's a very similar character, similar situation I could use of him going to kill the Easter Bunny. So that was really fun. That one already got released though. We don't have Renzo on Guns and Angels. We have another artist who is incredible, and damn me that I'm dyslexic and I can't remember his name. I keep wanting to say the name of his translator because he's from another country, and I get the emails from his translator Andre, but that's not his name. What is the darn name of oh my God, he's so good. He did the 0 issue, but he didn't do the first issue. And I was so disappointed he didn't do the first issue. But he did the second issue, and he did the third issue, and he did the 4th issue, and now he's starting on my Black Unicorn special. And it's a good book, man. They're good books. If you like assassins and like romance, like sexy romance kind of stuff, like it's super fun. It's so much smaller in a lot of ways than the things I usually come up with because I tend to think very big conceptually. So this was like, to me, a very small concept. Like it was sort of like Infinite Romeo and Juliet with assassins. And but the ways in which I have scaled it up internally really give it character. And it's been so fun to write. And it's the first book I've ever written where I kind of threw it away a little bit and I wrote intuitively. I've had a very light kind of outline going on just as I get ideas, I'll write them down or whatever else, and I'll organize myself before I go and do the thing. But I used to be really meticulous with my outlines. And this time I just kind of wung it a little bit. And it has been so much better because of it. I'm so proud of myself. With so much of it, like the second issue, I think it contains the best scene in any comic book I've ever written, which is I'll just spoil. She's trying to find her son. Her son gets kidnapped at the end of the first issue of the book, and this guy who's a member of the posse of the Black Unicorn who kidnapped her son, he doesn't know that he kidnapped her son in particular. They didn't know it's her son. He's trying to get information without being found out from the other guy in this secret underground railroad that all these assassins use. And there's a glory hole in the bathroom. and she comes in after when he's sitting on the toilet and basically acts like she's like a ditzy girl, and that if like somebody put their penis in it, like I'd lick it, you know, like there's this whole like scene that like leads up to the thing, and this guy's like listening this whole time to this conversation, and he's like, all right, you know, what the hell? And you turn the page and he's writhing in agony because she's got his dick on the other side of the wall. And that's my favorite page turn I've ever written. I thought it was so funny. So like, I've been having such a good time with the book, and like we got this one of these characters named Rhinestone Cowboy, and he's basically Rain Man if he was an assassin. And, it's so good. He has like this. He wears a face mask, and he's got like these gnarly teeth, and he ended up killing this dude who had a zoo, and now he's got a zoo, and he's like an animal wrangler to begin with. And it's really. I've been having so much fun with this stupid book because there's just so many characters to make, because it's about essentially 16 assassins branches all over the world. Like, so there was like so much to do with it. And I was just sort of like making it up as I went along. Like, okay, what else would be fun? You know, like what countries haven't I done yet? And it's been a joy to write it. And usually the Merck Publishing guys will offer some version of the original thing on the other campaign. So when they do issue 2, if any of it sounds good to you, it's basically like My Princess Bride. My Princess Bride, Assassins. Like, I love that. It's my favorite movie and book, and I've been loving writing this damn book.
Sounds awesome. I read the Death Rage books from Merck Publishing. They're fantastic, and you know, Renzo's my favorite artist to one of my favorite artists to work with. So yeah, I love anything he does. So
yeah, he's amazing. I really do love Renzo. You know, Aaron Sparrow, writer of the Death Rage book. Aaron's incredible, and Aaron and I have been best friends since we worked on the Boom Kids books ages ago. Aaron helped us. He was one of our editors on the book, even though he objected to many of the jokes we made in the book on religious grounds, and he still has respectfully continued to have his name associated with our book. So I mean, that's how high level my friend Aaron is, and he's a brilliant writer, and he's been kicking ass on the Death Rage stuff, and he's been editing that whole line, and he's the one that brought me to Merck in the first place, and you know, had suggested me to put this together for them, and I'm really happy to be doing it. It's been a lot of fun to write, and I'm just so excited to get to the completion of my like first season of my opus in this like comic, like, because I've kind of written it just in like a big arc that's all leading up to this tournament of all of these assassin groups and all the kind of bullshit, you know, that goes into leading up to it, and the higher echelons and stuff, and these forbidden.
Oh, and we lost Jesse, but we were getting ready to wrap it up. If he comes back while we're wrapping this up, we'll just say our goodbyes. But we're all, well, Sean, Chris, we're all going over to Mandy's channel at 9. Enrico, man, thanks for joining us. Enrico, where can people find you at?
Enrico Bada on Instagram. Enrico Bada on Twitter.
Awesome. Sean.
At Sean Aaron, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. I think that's it. But more importantly, Type 1, live on Indiegogo, so close to getting funded. Take all the change in your couch. Take your kid's piggy bank. Do what you got to do. Rob a diaper. No, don't rob a diaper. Let's get this book funded. Almost there. 6 days left for the first 30 days. Woo.
Chris.
Yeah, the Grave _site for Twitter. Chris _Graves art for TikTok and Instagram, and Chris Graves on Facebook.
And guys, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Coney Waves. Coney Waves still in demand on Indiegogo. Writhe in Pain on Indiegogo and Fund My Comic. U.S. Assassin coming soon. Hit up HauntedPizzaLLC.com for all my previous books. And we'll be back Sunday to talk Bad Candy on the Writhe in Pain Horror Movie Club. Come follow us over to Mandy's channel at 9 p.m. Eastern. Amanda B., thanks for sharing the links, and the chat for being here. And Jesse Snider for being our guest. We'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching.
Bye, all.